Have you ever found yourself feeling like you don't belong, even if you've developed your skills or have worked your way to be in that room, aka imposter syndrome, right? We've all heard this term, we've all experienced it at some point in our lives. And today I want to talk about what imposter syndrome is, why it comes up, how do we deal with it, and tools to help you release that feeling, accept that feeling, and surrender to that feeling so that you can conquer it, right? And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I have a video up named ARS. It's an acronym for Accept, Release, Surrender. And I give you a very, very clear analogy on how that works, why it works, and how you can apply it for your relationships, for work, for business, for your children, for communications with your boss, whatever the case may be, your own thoughts, negative emotions, negative thinking, constant negative thinking, whatever the case may be, ours can help you get past that. So check out that video if you're interested. It would really, really help you. It's an awesome tool to add to your belt. So today we're talking about imposter syndrome, right? It's not a very nice feeling, right? To step in a room and you feel that although you've worked your way up to that, you have the skills, you have some sort of skill set, because otherwise you wouldn't be in that room, you wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, right? You still feel that you're not prepared, that you don't belong, that it's just not who you are, right? So why does this happen? Okay, so let's break down what imposter syndrome really is. Imposter syndrome is the difference between your skill level and your confidence. All that means is that your skill level is up here, but your confidence hasn't quite caught up to that yet. So you feel inadequate for the job, for the experience, for the person even. You feel that you're not deserving of that, right? But that's all that is. It's a imbalance between your skill level, which is here, because otherwise you wouldn't have received that opportunity, and your confidence, which is down here. That's what makes you feel that imposter syndrome, right? So how do we address it? What can we do to address imposter syndrome? What do we do in that situation, right? Well, to go back to the acronym ARS, the first thing that you can do is accept, release, and surrender that is happening, and it is what it is. You're experiencing that, because the more you push away your emotions and bottle them up, the worse they get, right? It's like that thing that you ignore and it just keeps snowballing into a bigger issue. You have to accept the emotion. You have to be aware of the fact that it's happening. It's there now. It's happening. It's like, yeah, okay, we're here. I feel like an imposter. Okay, cool. I accept it. Awesome. So once you do that, you will feel a slight sense of release, because you are accepting the emotion. You're not pushing it away. She's not screaming at you anymore, right? It's you're there with it. We're in this together. Okay. The next thing that you can do is prepare, right? So the best way that you are going to feel a little more at ease is preparation. And now if you think about athletes, if you think about champions, if you think about high level, high performing individuals, they prepare almost an entire lifetime to that moment of the shot, right? Of the interview, of the song, of the performance, of whatever it may be, of the 2 minute game. Prior to that moment that is recorded and witnessed, there is a whole lot of hours, days, months, weeks, years of practice and preparation for that moment. Otherwise, they would suck. They wouldn't, you wouldn't be a high performer. Oh, that's that, right? So preparation is going to be your best friend. It's going to give you some sense of ease, some sense of, okay, you know what? I've been preparing for this for however long. I accept that I feel nervous. I accept that I feel this way now. However, I have all of this evidence to back me up. I have all of these skills under my belt. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I have all of these hours of preparation for this presentation, for this speech, for this conversation, whatever that may be for you, right? The last thing that you can do in this moment also ties back to a previous video that I posted called the 478 breathing technique, and it physically calms your nervous system down. So when you start feeling like, oh my God, I don't belong here, what, you accept, release, surrender. 478. So you breathe in 4 seconds, hold for 7, release for 8. And this physically calms your nervous system down. So now you have that backup of all the preparation, all the hours of preparation that you went through. You have your nervous system in check, and now you're ready to face whatever it is that you are nervous or feeling imposter-y for, right? Here's one more tip to help you understand kind of where this stems from, and why it happens, or rather how. So if we break down the word confidence, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that imposter syndrome is the difference between the skill level and the confidence. We broke down the skill level into hours of preparation, right? That's the skill. Now let's break down the confidence. Confidence means quite literally to confide in yourself. So, what does that mean? It means that for every little promise that you tell yourself, thing that you say you're gonna do and don't do it, every promise that you break, it takes away confidence. It takes away little bars. Like if you imagine confidence being a battery, you are wasting your battery away of confidence every time you break that promise to yourself, every time you say you're going to do this thing and you don't do it, every time that you talk in a diminishing way to yourself instead of an uplifting way, which is another video that I am going to talk about too. It's we speak to ourselves in a way that we would more than likely not speak to anybody else in that way, right? And I'm gonna break that down into another video, give you some tools that are going to help you get through that as well. To go back to confidence, to confide in yourself, confidence, lack of trust, confinement, that's not right, different word, English, but lack of trust in yourself, essentially. So, what do you do to fill your battery back up? You check off things that you tell yourself you're gonna do. You come through with the promises that you tell yourself that you've promised yourself, right? If you say that you're gonna work out tomorrow, if you say that you're gonna stop drinking, if you say that you're gonna stop smoking, if you say that you're gonna distance yourself from that toxic person, relationship, habit, whatever it may be, you do it. And you build little bars until you fill your confidence battery back up. And if you fall back, because you will, or rather, when you fall back, you were still going to be at a higher battery level than you were when you first started. So even if you fall behind, it's only going to be 1 or 2 bars. You can easily come back up to 100% with another promise, with another check off the to-do list, right? So that's what imposter syndrome is. That is how we address it. And now you can go into your next event feeling more confident. And of course, it helps to build up those confidence battery bars, right? Before you get to the event. So if you tell yourself, I'm going to drink 3 glasses of water today, at least, right? And it's quite literally the day before the event. Okay, that's fine. It's a small little bar that you're adding. You're 1% closer to a full bar of confidence than you were yesterday. And it's the little things. You don't have to change the world. You don't have to completely turn your life around or change your physical appearance. I mean, obviously, if you feel that that'll help, do whatever you feel it'll help. But simply following your own word is going to help you build that confidence battery back up. Tiny, tiny steps. You don't have to do something huge. It can be drinking more water. It can be going out for a walk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Small steps, really, really small steps. You don't have to do a 5K marathon tomorrow if you haven't prepared for it, if you haven't been training for it, right? Because you're going to fail and then you're going to feel discouraged. So you take little bite-sized chunks that you can chew at a time and digest, and then once you get over that, then you continue on to the next bite. But you don't swallow the whole thing at once, okay? Just mine went somewhere else. Anyways, You work little by little, okay? Little by little. So, imposter syndrome, to recap again, is the difference between your skill level and your confidence. To build your confidence up to your skill level, you take steps towards completing the promises that you tell yourself, towards checking off the things off of your to-do list that you tell yourself you're going to do. And little by little, you build up your confidence to meet your skill level. That is how you get over imposter syndrome. And of course, along the way, you can add tools like ours, accept, release, surrender, or the breathing technique 478. And any of this and all of this is going to aid in your development, in your leadership development, whether you're leading yourself, your family, your company, whatever the case may be for you. This is something that will change your life if you continue to apply it one fragment at a time, right? You're not going to see a total 360 change immediately because it took you many, many years to get to where you're at now. So it might take you some, not many, many years more, but it will take you some time to get back to a regulated nervous system, to get back to a confident self, to get back to your true, authentic self, whatever that may look like. My name is Eliani Espada. I am a professional tattoo artist and executive coach and host of the Bloom coaching program and event, where we help you, where we give you tools to aid your leadership development through the art of origami and content like this. So if you found any of this helpful, please feel free to share, subscribe, like. If not, that is totally fine too, but feel free to come back for more whenever you need it. I'll see you next time.